It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Denver Nuggets. Looking at Denver, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top and going against Denver. Their first game of the NBA's regular season. Last season, they won all 4 games, showing complete dominance.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Not a lot of competition, really. I mean, they're playoff caliber and took care of business against a team that wasn't playoff caliber and maybe still isn't.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Denver. For Reed and Nurkic in the middle. Moutier out there with Will Barton. And it's Gallinari in at the small forward. Now, here's Moutier, defended by Beverly. Here's Nurkic. It's deflected. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And Brewer with the stuff.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
On defense, the Rockets. Now, here's Moutier. There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game. And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Well, guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark is going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
Here's Moutier. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. When you're defending Harden, it really is a pick-your-poison situation. I mean, we talked about his driving, but you can't gap him because he's also a very good shooter and passer. So that double team that you want to provide as well, he's real good at finding that open man.
And Denver has possession following the score by Houston. Down low, and it's sent back by Howard. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Launches a 3. No good. And it's Denver the other way.
And guys, another thing about Harden, he draws so much attention defensively. So even when he misses around the rim, oftentimes it's going to create offensive rebound opportunities for the Rockets. So he takes the whole defense with him. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Gallinari makes it off the glass. Gallinari's got his first bucket in this one. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Howard kicks to Beverly. Houston moving it around. Ariza passes to Harden. Brewer pushes to Howard. Low block shot on the way. And Houston again with the bucket. Here's Barton. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Screen by Nurkic. Barton passes to Fareed. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Harden kicks to Ariza. Harden outside. The dish to Beverly. Howard kicks to Harden. Shot clock at 5. A three-pointer, no good. The Nuggets trail. The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
And the basket good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Fareed dishes to Barton. Fareed a screen on Harden. Here's Barton. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Ariza passes to Brewer. Back to Ariza. Harden outside. Feeds to Howard. Harden outside. Harden missing again. Nuggets shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Pass to Moutier. Nurkic a screen on Beverly. Now here's Moutier. Not a lot of room. And another miss by Denver.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Harden kicks to Beverly. Launches a 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. 1:22 left here in the opening quarter. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Houston leading by 4. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. There's the bucket. Good.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, you know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in. Smith comes in for Brewer. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Moutier. Pass to Jokic. The shot by Chandler, wide open. And another miss by Denver. Houston leading by 6. And it's Terry off the drive. Shoots. And that one comes up a bit short.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Now here's Moutier. He's guarded by Thornton. Out to Chandler. Shot to end this cold run. And that one's good. Houston's gone 0-4. From three-point land to start out, looking cold from outside. Right side, Terry. Back to Thornton. And there's the feed to Smith. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Rockets on top, leading by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career.
You know, coming in at 18, you know, really inexperienced, not knowing what this league was about. And I went through so many stages. I've grown tremendously over my career.
Kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking about getting introspective about himself and his game at this point of his career.
You know, that's a great point there, Kevin. I mean, like he says, he really has grown tremendously as a player, as a teammate, as a man, and just as an adult person in society. And he's become a real credit to our game.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got Wilson Chandler. Harris is out there with Moutier, and it's Laverne in at the 4 slot.
Roof shot.
Free throw good, Ariza. And guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
Chandler with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Kicks it to Moutier. There's the pick. Passes to Laverne. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Ariza kicks to Lawson. Screen by Smith. Lawson dishes to Terry. 6 to shoot. Fires top of the key. Rejected by Harris. They get it back. And it's Capella missing.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Moutier pass to Chandler. Harris outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Terry kicks to Smith. Dishes to Capella. Lawson the pass to Capella. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. Capella's got his first basket of the night.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Now here's Moutier. Defense right on him. They set the pick. Now the pass to Jokic. Chandler goes in. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Houston leading by 3. Laverne grabs the miss. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Moutier, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
It's stolen by Moutier. Capella kicks to Ariza. He dishes it to Smith. Terry, the pass to Smith. And some nice passing there by Houston. Laverne grabs the miss.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
And Ariza with the stuff.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Moutier dishes to Chandler. Now here's Moutier. Lawson defending. Moutier, no good.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe 2, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
They set the pick. On the wing, Chandler. Ariza covering. And Chandler, here we go. Houston with a big group substitution here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Capella. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. James Harden, he's checked in for Jason Terry. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. Houston leading by 5. The dish to Beverley. Back to Smith. It's stolen by Arthur. And here we go. Fast break. Moutier's got it.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Arthur kicks to Gallinari. Here's Barton, defended by Beverley. A 3-ball. Moutier, no good.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Moutier. The Rockets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
Gallinari, and that one's good. Gallinari's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Gallinari with the steal. Arthur passes to Barton. He kicks it to Arthur. And it's Denver scoring again.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
You know, and Harden, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice a defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
We've got 1:08 left to play here in the 2nd quarter. Back to Beverley. Harden outside. Smith on the wing. On the wing, Brewer. And Beverley kicks to Harden. 4 on the clock. Stripped away.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the 2nd quarter. It's stolen.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Brewer.
Marcus Thornton.
There's 21 seconds left now here in the 2nd. Gallinari against Beverley. Shot clock at 5. And Gallinari kicks to Barton. That ties the game. Barton's got his second basket of the game.
My, he is so adept at finishing in the low post.
9 seconds left to play in the first half. It's Harden with the drive, and that one is stuffed right through.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk. And
Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
3 points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer to prayer there.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Nuggets lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, James, throughout the first half, you struggled with turnovers. Is keeping better control of the ball a major focus for the second half?
Yeah, that's still too many turnovers, especially on forced turnovers. So we got to really lock in on our turnovers, make the right play at all times.
James, we appreciate the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Corey Brewer. And it's Howard in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Harden dishes to Ariza. Now, here is Harden. Tight defense on him. Good. Harden's got 11 points.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead. So we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
From deep Harden, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Denver leading by 3. Mudiay kicks to Barton. Nurkic a screen on Harden. Now here is Gallinari, covered by Brewer. Howard with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Harden can't hit.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Barton, no luck.
And how about Mudiay, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
There's the screen. He feeds it to Barton. Four on the clock. Steps back and fires. Another shot. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. So for the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and it's Terry in for James Harden.
And you know, with Moutier, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size at the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And Harris wide open. He shoots, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
There's been some slippage defensively here in the second half, Kevin. I mean, I'm not sure if their legs are going or what, but they've given up some easy baskets here.
Stolen by Terry. And now it's Lawson running. He can go all the way. Knocks it loose. It's blocked. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Harris with the ball. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Smith checked in for Howard. And it's Thornton in for Trevor Ariza. Laverne, he's checked in for Denver. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season, miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
Harris against Terry. Here's the screen. 6 on the shot clock.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
And Lawson with the drive. Terry with it. Now Chandler defending. Smith sets the pick for Terry. To the paint. Smith the pass to Capella. Smith dishes to Lawson. And a miss there on the triple.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Pass to Jokic. For the 3, Chandler. That's good. Chandler's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nuggets.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6 going into the final game.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for the Nuggets. The Rockets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. And it's Smith missing. And here's Denver. They're on a 13-5 run. Feeds it to Moutier. There's the screen. Pass to Arthur. Kicks to Chandler. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now an 11-point Denver lead.
And you're going to take as many of those high-percentage shots as you can get.
Lawson kicks to Thornton. Lets it go with a 3, but he recovers it. Left side, Terry. Back to Thornton. Here's Lawson. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Lawson's got his first 2 points of the night. The Nuggets leading by 9. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. And here's Chandler from the arc. Rockets with the rebound.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
From 20 feet out. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the fourth quarter, just moments away now as we welcome you back. Rockets trail by 9. So on the floor for Denver. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Moutier out there with Will Barton. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Barton, no luck.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The feed to Beverly from deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Nurkic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Gallinari. No good. Great D that time from Howard. Moutier passes to Farid. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Farid, a screen on Beverly. Ariza brings the double. Farid with a clean look. It's hauled in by Beverly. Beverly's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Harden. Harden missing again. The Nuggets leading by 8. Moutier dishes to Gallinari, and it's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Passes it to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Top of the key, Ariza. Houston needs to get a shot off. Here's Brewer. The Rockets again can't hit. Nuggets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Here's Barton, defended by Beverly. Moutier kicks to Nurkic. Soft touch off the glass. And now a 12-point Nugget lead.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Beverly, the pass to Howard. Another steal. Barton kicks to Gallinari. Kept alive. Here's Farid. Misses the mark. His 3rd miss of the game. 4 for 7 now. Here's Beverly. And he gets it to go from the corner. Here's Barton. Denver calls timeout. And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverly, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
You know, talking about Beverly, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverly's toughness on defense particularly.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Farid. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
And thank you, Doris.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverly, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
The Nuggets leading by 13. And pushing it up, here's Denver, and Moutier throws it down.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And that one's good. 16 points for James Harden.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Out of bounds, Denver takes possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Smith checked in for the Rockets. Now Gallinari. Here's Moutier. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Harden outside. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Nurkic kicks to Fareed, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Boy, a good night so far for Fareed. He has 8 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Fareed excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess this combination of energy and aggressiveness.
Barton kicks to Moutier. Dishes it to Nurkic. Now, here is Gallinari. Covered by Brewer. Gallinari passes to Barton. Back to Gallinari. Uncovered. And that's good for 2. Gallinari's got 7 now in this quarter. Talking about Fareed, a rebounder extraordinaire. His explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, the timing's there. He'll also steal the ball from you. The question now becomes, will he always be that role, effort, energy player, or will he develop eventually the offensive skills needed to see him reach the next level? And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nuggets.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shots.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And at key points in this game, they stayed committed to their brand of basketball. That's why they'll be taking the front end of this 3-game season series against the Rockets.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Moutier. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. The pass to Harris for the 3. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. And the Nuggets lead by 16.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Lawson up top. Launches a 3. No good. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. What are your thoughts, Shaq?
There must be something about playing on the road that brings out the best in him. I haven't seen this in a player in a while. He gave a very focused and determined effort. And this effort is the biggest reason they're walking away with this win, Ernie, Kenny.
He put on such
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And tip-off approaching, but in the meantime, let's discuss post play. Shaq, you were a dominant post scorer. Duh. Who do you think are the top post scorers in the NBA right now?
Well, one, DeMarcus Cousins, 25-13, can go inside and go outside. He's a little frantic at times, but he's up there. Zach Randolph, he's got great feet work, nice soft touch. Big Al Jefferson, a.k.a. Baby Fundamentals. He does everything with his right hand, so he's so good. That's all he needs. And Brook Lopez, nice side.
The Rockets play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Houston, Texas. The Houston Rockets come into this one following a loss to Denver. And guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. And it's Curry in at point. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. Pulls up. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Harden.
Listen, got James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA, arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Greg was just talking about. They had a stat which combined three-pointer made and three-point makes created with a pass. Harden was first, and Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful in terms of breaking down those analytics, but I tell you what, he does a great job of attacking and finding teammates for threes. I can put it simply that way.
Howard kicks to Brewer. Fires from deep. They get it back. It's stolen by Curry. Iguodala left side. Can't get it to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
And this is a team they battled in the conference finals last season, coming up short.
Yeah, a bitter pill to swallow, too. I mean, when you face that team again, that's always, not just in the back of your head, it's in the front of your mind, too. Getting a win would be some kind of consolation.
Down low. And Green gets it to go.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Beverly, the pass to Ariza. Beverly dishes to Howard. Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Bogut.
Well, I think he shouldn't have forced that one. Instead, he should have passed it off.
Thompson from long range. No luck. And the Rockets take it the other way. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Now, here is Harden. After the miss from Stephen Curry. Good D by Thompson.
Oh, nice play on D. Got that hand in the face and prevented him there from getting an easy look.
Exactly. Alert and aware. Really reacted quickly to that shot attempt.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Here's Curry. James Harden picking up that last basket. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Ariza against Green. Ariza kicks to Howard. No good. Nice D from Bogut.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skills. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. Brandon Rush is checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And we were talking about Iguodala's free throw shooting. It really is a miracle. He's become so efficient, Clark, in every other area of his game. But last year, in his 11th season, he shot the second worst percentage of his career.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's simply a matter of confidence. You miss a few and it gets into your head, and before you know it, the harder you're trying, the worse it gets. Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
Ezeli, the pass to Barnes. Nails it from the high post. Barnes has got his first basket of the night.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Smith outside. Back to Lawson. There's the three. And the shot is good. Lawson's got 5 points so far. And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly. But playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
A good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking the rim. That's second in the league in a stat that only trailed James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes.
He shoots again, and it's good on the way in.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number one of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Smith gets it to go on the assist by Thornton.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here is Lawson. He has 5. There's 25 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Iguodala with the steal. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
It's tipped. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Warriors on top. They're up by 7. And we'll be back with you. And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver. Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the control.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, Patrick Beverly out there with Thornton. Then there's Brewer. Then there's Howard. And it's Ariza in at the 4 slot.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there. Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. Green kicks to Thompson. Shoots the 3. That drops. Thompson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And it's Beverly missing. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Bogut sets a screen for Thompson. And there's the pass to Bogut. Nobody near Barnes. And another 3 for Golden State.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Warriors leading by 8. And Green now, top of the key. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. No good from outside. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting, his mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
And it's Green, missing.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
To the middle, it's stolen by Bogut. Curry kicks to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists now in the game.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Passes it to Howard. It's stolen by Bogut. Beverly against Curry. And Thompson kicks to Bogut. Here's Barnes, and the serious dunk to finish it off.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Harden dishes to Howard. Banked in off the glass. Howard's got 4 points this quarter.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in, and Smith subbed in for Brewer. Golden State also making some changes. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Barnes. They set the pick. The feed now to Green. Kicks it out to Iguodala. 5 to shoot. And the Warriors miss again.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
From deep, Harden. Draymond Green with the rebound. Warriors leading by 10.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Harden against Thompson. It's Harden with the drive. Warriors with the rebound. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Yeah, it did stick in high-quality fashion, too. I mean, a multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Curry kicks to Green. Smith with the defensive effort.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but, man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Curry against Terry. The drive by Thompson. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Capella, the pass to Ariza. Here's Harden. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
So for the Rockets, Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Ariza. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Jason Terry. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. Iguodala against Smith. Out left to the wing. Capella dishes to Lawson. The three, no good on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first half of play.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. Klay Thompson putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 12 points and 1 rebound. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well, and their shooting percentage was outstanding, and it wasn't.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the...
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Thompson. 12 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip overall. Clark, his game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin. And a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point. Dishes to Beverly. Houston moving the ball around. The 15-footer. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 10 points for James Harden. Warriors leading by 7.
And Thompson last season set the record for most points ever in a quarter with 37. Made all 13 shots and 2 free throws and finished the game with 52 points.
Ariza, a screen on Iguodala. Down low, it's deflected. Iguodala with the steal. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Jason Terry, he's checked in for James Harden. And Golden State also making a change. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. The screen from Thompson. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
And Thompson making all 9 of his three-pointers in that game. I mean, that was also a record, the most three-pointers in a quarter. I think that performance sealed his place among the All-Star reserves.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Terry gets to Ariza. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
So he gets them both. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
It's Terry outside. And Curry pulls it down.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Beverly, the pass to Ariza. Here's Howard. Bank shot, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Thompson against Terry. It's Thompson off the drive. That's good. Thompson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Warriors.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Terry kicks to Howard. It's Ariza on the wing, guarded by Green. Here's Beverly. And it's off from three-point range.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
And that one's good, Barnes.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 6 points for Trevor Ariza.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Smith comes in for Corey Brewer. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Jason Terry. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Warriors, Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. And the dunk by Barnes.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Howard kicks to Smith. Feeds it to Lawson. Puts up a three, and he gets it to go. Lawson's got 8.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
Lawson against Curry. Ty Lawson pulls it in.
He continues to struggle from the field, but luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Smith, no good.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
To the inside, and stolen by Thornton. Takes it from 10. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Warriors leading by 13. Here's Green, and it's sent back by Howard. Curry with the steal. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. The Warriors also with a sub. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for Barnes. Lawson kicks to Capella. In the corner, Thornton with it. In the corner, Harden, just 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Curry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And guys, Steph Curry, the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screens.
3-pointer, Lawson kicks it out to Harden. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. And it's Marcus Thornton with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line. Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
It's Harden with the drive, and the rejection by Ezeli. And Rush with a clear path to the hoop. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The Warriors have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performance.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Warriors leading by 22. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Howard is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Brewer in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Open shot, Thompson. Brewer with the rebound. Brewer's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Harden with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Really left alone that time. Brewer's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Rockets. With the stretch 4 and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a 3-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space-out-the-floor type game, and shot making gives you a chance to do that.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Thompson for the triple. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
13 feet away. Kicks it out to Ariza. Second chance shot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Dwight Howard with some slick passing on that one.
Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque. A thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped. And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
And yes, sir, that one drops. That's 10 points for Ariza.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Warriors leading by 21. Curry kicks to Bogut. No one near him. Second chance shot. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Bogut's got 6 here in this quarter.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
And Harden with the stuff.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's Barnes, and the layup is good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Curry against Harden. Curry dishes to Bogut. And he gets it to go. Bogut's got 8 points in the quarter.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Curry with the steal. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Green kicks to Barnes. Green with a screen on Howard. Doubled by Howard. Pass to Bogut. 6 on the shot clock. It's good. Now